YouTubers, Mike Martin's here, Mike Martin's channel. Hope everybody's having a good Saturday morning. It's beautiful here today. It's nice and calm. No wind. It's actually 5 degrees outside. It's nice, enjoyable winter temperatures we're having here. But I want to make this video to say hi and make sure everybody tunes in tonight to join us on Mike in the Night. Very important you join us. I'm going to make it as action-packed as possible. Get as many cool guests on as possible. If you want to be on the show or have something to add to the show, positive or even negative, that's fine. My Skype is Mike Martins, MikeMartins 1980, and that's my Skype. Go ahead and if you'd like, message me on the first message just to let me know what it is you want to talk about in your area. Whether it's housing, whether it's fires, whether it's flooding, whether it's frigid cold temperatures, food in your area shortage, or food price of food, price of gas. You just go ahead and let me know what it is you want to talk about and what country you're from. So if you're from New Zealand, let me know. If you're from Canada, let me know. Whatever, US, UK, we got people calling from everywhere. So yeah, I'm just taking a little bit of a cruise here. I got a half an hour before I open the shop. I really want to thank everyone that came out last night to the shop. I was absolutely slammed. I was absolutely slammed to the brim. Oh God, I think I sold close to anywhere to 30 to 45 board games yesterday in one day. I usually sell 3 to 5 board games a day. I sold like 35, 40 yesterday. And that's just board games. And then I sold a pile of Pokemon stuff, a pile of Magic stuff. A lot of people from Kamloops lately have been coming and buying Magic at my store, and they've been coming and playing Magic at my store too, which is really cool. You know, I had a gentleman there yesterday. We were playing for a bit, and then just in the morning though, and then it started getting a bit busy. But yeah, I just wanted to throw this out there. You know, business is doing very well. It's the time of year. Plus, I think this postal strike is going to help me out a bit. It's going to hurt me on eBay, which is fine, but it's going to bring more people into the shop to actually come in and look at stuff. So it's going to drive people out of the woodwork that don't want to wait a million years for something in the mail, right? So because it's a postal strike, right? So, anyways, I wanted to bring up, I really want to talk about food because it's a very under-discussed topic. I mean, we talk a lot about global warming. We talk a lot about, you know, vaccines. People talk about everything. But food is one that rarely gets ever discussed. One person that usually talked a lot about food and ranted about food was AJ. I'm not going to say his full name, but it's AJ. Because once you say his full name, your video gets shut down. AJ used to talk about food a lot. He used to talk about the GMOs and all the crap they put in the food and stuff they made to like basically it's like cutting drugs, okay? So I'll give you an example. Somebody buys a key of cocaine in Colombia. They bring it into Miami. Then they cut it with baking soda and crap. And then they got 2 keys. And then from there it gets shipped up to New York. And then you got 3 keys and it's all cut. And then by the time you get it into Canadian cities, you got 5 or 6 keys. Because it's so heavily mixed. Well, what GMOs are supposedly supposed to be doing is when they make GMO wheat, it's supposed to actually make it grow stronger and overpopulate just grow crazy. Same thing with GMO chickens. They're supposed to grow faster than usual and supposed to produce more meat, more breast meat, more, you know what I'm saying, right, guys? So this is what it's supposed to be doing, right? It's supposed to create more and more food to prevent starvation, right? A lot of people have this massive misconception that they're purposely putting it in there to kill us. I don't think they're trying to do that. I think what they're trying to do is make more food, right? But in the end time, like, I mean, not in the end time Revelations, but in the end, it's kind of bizarre when you look at things. Because we throw away more food than we have ever. We throw away more food than we ever had. So that's a problem. That's a huge problem. So restaurants and stuff have to throw their food away in sealed containers now at night outside because they don't want people getting into it and eating. So homeless people can't get into the food. So they have to go through all these bylaws. There's more bylaws in throwing away your food than there is producing your food, because they don't want people that can't get their hands on it not to get it at all. That's what I think. I could be completely wrong. But yeah, our food system is under attack. It's been under a global attack, I don't know, for like the last 90 years. There used to be close to 60,000 butcher shops across America. Individually family-owned butcher shops. Now, you got less than 3,000 butcher shops. And then 2 of them are the major ones, like the big food companies that basically control everything. And when you walk into a supermarket and you walk through the aisles and you see the massive abundance of food, you don't know, a lot of people don't know that there's a huge war on food, you know? I heard this through the grapevine, okay? This could be a lie, right? But I heard in Canada, they want to make it illegal now to find out where you get your food from. So there should be no labeling on food. And Canada's the type of country that would wholeheartedly pass a law like this. Canada will pass a law like this so that you don't know where your food's coming from. Oh, but that's, people are discriminating against food. No one wants to buy meat from Thailand or meat from China. I don't want to buy meat from there. I like to buy grade A Canadian Alberta beef. Now, and what's to stop people from repackaging and saying Alberta grown beef and it's made in China? It's made in China, not grown, or you know what I'm saying, right? So I really want to know from you guys, what is going on? I know we have a war on food right now, a war on the dairy farmers. I know it's happening in New Zealand. I know it's happening. I know there's a war on just the basic crops in Australia. Countries being sued for not genetically modifying their food. I mean, our number one what we consume the most, I think number one is internet. We consume more internet than anything in the history of mankind. 2, I think we consume food in abundance. And then it's fuels to keep us warm and fuels to, we consume money and all that. But in the grand scale of the leverage of things, we don't spend as much money as we should be because we're not making as much as we can, or as much as we should be getting in response to the price of what things are. So, guys, I really want to know, this war on food. It doesn't get talked about as much. But it's a hidden agenda that's been, we have so much abundance. Fast food restaurants everywhere. Mom and pop's places everywhere. Like everything, supermarkets, grocery stores. So, we take a lot of that stuff for granted. We don't see, how that supply chain could shut off quick in a heartbeat. Last week, oil took a huge crash. And like everyone's messaging me, Mike, what about your oil? I bought more! Because you know why? This always happens. And everyone believes the status quo. Same thing with the housing, same thing with everything. Oil, I bought into companies for like less than $1 a share that were at $50 a share. Buy more! You can never get that kind of a deal. You know what I'm saying, guys. Bargain deals. Lots of bargain deals on oil right now. Buy more. Why? Because whatever they tell you is always a bunch of crap. Oh, but the market's showing it, Mike. So what? That's what they want you to see. Oh, no one believes the news anymore that oil is going to go down, so we're going to have to show it in the markets and let people see it with an open eye. I just bought more. I don't care. Buy more. Oil went down. Buy more. But cryptocurrency. Woo! I wonder where that guy from AMTV is. He's got the 24-hour channel going. Bitcoins, and I'm buying $1 million in Bitcoins, and blah, 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 and $100 million check. I wonder where he is. Hope he's doing okay. But we're all dead wrong about things. But you know what? I'm stubborn. I'm a Portuguese, right? So oil goes down in price, I just buy more. I could be wrong. But you know what? If you don't take the risk, you don't get the reward, right? It's all about eye on the prize, guys. It's all about putting your eye on the prize. It's about, you know, micromanage your life. Leave a lot of the world crap alone. A lot of that world crap that's going on, we can't do nothing about anyway. You know, micromanage making our jobs better. Micromanage our relationships and our families and friends. Make them happy, you know. Instead of reading some doom and gloom news, send a message to a friend and tell them that you love them and that you're so grateful that they're in your lives, you know, for out of nowhere, for no reason, you know. Message someone and tell them how much you care about them. Just do it. Oh, you know what? Am I going to watch this video about the end of the world, which I can't do nothing about even though it comes to an end? No, I think I'm going to message a friend of mine that I had in grade school I haven't spoke to in about 10 years, but he's on Facebook. But I'm going to tell him that I love him very much, and I'm going to tell him that, you know, I'm very grateful, you know, and I'm happy to see his posts. That's what I'm talking about. You know, right now, there's a war on social media with Facebook. There's a war on, heck, there's a war on everything, man. There's energy wars. Oh, there's an abundance of oil. Oh, West Texas crude threw on so much oil on the market. So did the Iranians throw on a bunch of oil on the market. So did everybody's throwing oil on the markets right now. But you know what? Things like that end up coming to an end if they're not careful with oversupplying the market and creating this false leverage where everyone then starts to buy in. And then, oh, it's back to $90 a barrel, 110, 120, and it's like, oh, whoever bought in oil back in 2018 did a right move, but everybody doesn't want to come out and say, but we were telling everyone it was going to crash. But that's just what it is. It's the status quo. It's just what it is, people. You know, it is what it is. Anyways, everyone's parked in front of my store to go to the gym. Everyone's parked in front of my store to go to the gym. They should put a stoplight here. Very dangerous here. Yeah. Everyone parks in front, goes to the game. But I like the part where the lady the other day parked in front of my store with her friend. And then right in front, right? And I had my door open because the weather was nice. And she's like, oh, if there's somebody there, they can watch our car for us if something happens. Oh, I'm like, yeah, lady, you know what? I'm just going to close my door and pretend I didn't see nothing. It's like people, like, you know, are so, they demand service from people without, you know, it's just weird. It's just a weird society we live in, you know? But, that's what it is, people. I'm on the Eventide day 2, so hopefully you'll see a change in my appearance. A good change. A positive change. And I'm going to have some protein. I got a steak dinner to go to tonight. Fundraiser for my kids' school. They do steak dinners for a fundraiser. Steak dinners over at a restaurant for very cheap. So I got to find someone to take with me. My wife's got a party to go to. I'm not going to join her after, but it's going to be good, guys. It's going to be good. You know, I think we're going to have a great Christmas this year. I think it's going to be tight for a lot of people, but I think people need to come out of their shells and start loving. You know, this year for Christmas, why don't people make a family portrait, a beautiful family portrait, or why don't all the siblings get together and create those portraits, those montages where our family 10 years, 30 years ago, and to us today. Take a photo of you guys today, and then show you guys from 30 years ago in a photo, and kind of give that to your parents this year, and show them thanks for giving us life. You know, it's the little things that we appreciate the most when we are on our deathbeds, when we're ready to go. It's the little things we appreciate. It's the company, you know, the company, people with you. Simple. Now, companies like, I don't want people over right now. But when you're on your deathbed, that's all you think about is people being with you. You know, it's the little things that matter, you know, in your time of need. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you, Georgia Tech, for sending me this hat. It's really nice. God bless, and good night.